Hi families and friends, it's Erin Palmer, school occupational therapist, back again to talk more about some of the activities in this book and also how you can adapt these activities to other materials you might have at home. So first, we're going to open up the book. There's a great introduction and then a nice table of contents. So if you are looking for any particular letters, you can see those there. I did want to show you in the back of the book, they have a guide to how we make each letter and the specific cues that we use. Upper and lowercase letters generally consist of a line, a big line, a little line, or a curve, a big curve or a little curve. So like C is a big curve, and D has a big line and a big curve. So those are kind of the pieces. And if you do get into making some letters with your child and you want to cue them how they might be accustomed to doing it, like for example, A, you would say big line, little line. And it even shows you right here with numbers and arrows the sequence of each letter and where to start. So that's just a really nice reference in the back. But we're gonna go to page 5 to start with. Page 5, we're gonna kind of work from the beginning of this book. A lot of these activities we may have tried already this year with many of our students or similar activities, but I think during remote learning, it's a good time to kind of start at the beginning, review some of these concepts and skills so that we can, kind of move along. So page 5 is an aim and scribble activity, and I'm going to go through and kind of show you how I would complete this with a student. Okay, here we go. Sorry, bump. So you can see on the page, oh, I see a moon. Can you show me the moon? Oh, where is it? There it is. There's the moon. And I see some stars. There and there. Oh, no, that's not a star. That's a lightning bug. There's a star. There's a star. I do see those lightning bugs though. Where are they? They seem to be at the bottom. Here and there. Good. Okay, friend, we are going to color now. Try to color the stars. Can you take a crayon? I'm actually going to use a yellow crayon. I hope it shows up okay. And friend, we're going to use a small crayon if we have one. If we have a bigger crayon, parents, families, you can break your crayon to make it a little bit smaller. This size might be too small. This is kind of a nice size. And we say pinching fingers, right? Pinching fingers. Try to put all your fingers on the crayon. Helper hand holds the paper. We're gonna find a star. Boom! And color, 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 stop. Let's find another star. Here? No. Here? Yes. Star. Boom. Color, 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 stop. Okay, friends, can you find more stars? And then my friends can try on their own or maybe with a little guidance, boom, to find as many stars as they can and color them. Sometimes if we are using, let's say, our left hand, we might tend to cover this side of the page and need a little bit of help or some cues to look at the opposite side. So let's make sure we color the ones all the way over here too. Color, color. Good job. Are we finished? I think there are more. Let's do more. Color, 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 color. Oh, one more. Yay! All of the stars are finished. Great job. So we were able to aim and color. Now, let's find our lightning bugs. I'm going to use a different color for them. I think I'll use green. Now, if your child really is at the stage where they're not able yet to put their fingertips on the crayon and they are using a whole hand or palmar grasp, that's okay. You can use this, or a lot of our students go back and forth, but having that shorter crayon will make it, it makes it harder to use the whole hand grasp and a little bit easier to use this. We call this a digital pronate grasp. You don't have to remember that name, but it's kind of next in the developmental sequence of handwriting grasps. All right, so we're gonna hold our paper and try to find a lightning bug. Boom, color, 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 stop. Good job. Let's find another one. Here? No, not here. That's not a bug. How about there? Boom. Color, color, color. Stop. Let's see. Boom. Color, color, color. Stop. Boom. Color, color, color. Stop. Color, color, color. Stop. All right, I am making my way, trying to find, boom, all of those bugs. And that's just kind of how we move through. Again, helping friends if you need help, finding the bugs, boom, color, color, color. That's what families can do, right? Or taking turns where it's maybe the grown-up's turn, and then it's your child's turn to find one, to aim and scribble. And don't worry if we don't get right on the picture, and we're not worried about staying in the lines right now. We're just trying to get our crayon toward the picture, make some contact, get some coloring on there, and we're really happy with that. So nice job. Now, if you want to move on to kind of the next aim and scribble, that's on the next page, page 6, where we have some stars, and then also on page 7, similar, where we have fireworks. You can go ahead with those pages. If you don't have this book at home, that's okay. We can show you a couple ways to go ahead with that. Okay, so now we're going to kind of replicate that aim and scribble activity just on some blank paper or scratch paper that you might have, or a doodle pad. You can of course use color paper, but I'm just going to use what I have here today. If friends, a lot of my friends are still working on holding their paper down while writing or coloring, and that's okay. But sometimes if you're the parent and you're trying to help at the same time, it can be tricky and that paper goes everywhere. So I like to use a little bit of painter's tape to hold that paper down. And then as the parent, I'm just gonna go ahead and see, I think I might take a marker and I'm gonna make kind of like that picture. I'm gonna make a moon. You guys got a man in the moon there and some stars. bottom, maybe a few bugs. I don't know how those are great fireflies or not, but it's okay. You don't have to be an artist, which is good because I'm not. All right, we'll just add, maybe that's it. Okay, so it goes with kind of the same idea. We would take a crayon. You could use a small marker if you have, if you want to try to use one of the pipsqueak markers. I can show you here, or a regular marker. The pipsqueaks are really nice. Little hands need little crayons or little markers. And some students might try to use this grasp. That's okay. We are, if possible, trying to get those fingertips on there. And so we say pinching fingers and help them. Where's a star? Show me a star. There's one. Aim and color, color, color. Good job. And you can take turns. Boom. Or help your child see if they can find what they're looking for. Put a little color on the page. Nice job. And then, of course, they would move on to the lightning bugs, just like we did in the book. So, just same thing where they would have their crayon and then go ahead and aim and color. Aim and color. Okay, and then if you want to adapt this activity to the whiteboard, we can do that too. A lot of you might have the dry erase crayons at home, which work really great on the whiteboard. I actually can't find mine at the moment, so I'm gonna just use dry erase marker, which is fine. Same kind of thing. I'm gonna make my moon and some stars. And a couple bugs. And two, it's okay if you want to make some of these bigger so that they're easier for your child to find. Or maybe your child is still working on reaching toward a targeted area. And in that case, you could make them really big. Right? Like you could have a really big star and, a really big moon. And maybe one bug. And then let's see, if with your child, can you show me, where's the bug? Where is it? Is it here? No. Is it here? No. Is it here? Yes, yay. And even if you aren't incorporating the coloring part, if they're, having a hard time or showing a little bit of hesitancy or resistance to holding the writing utensil, finding it on there is a great way to kind of still practice some of those visual motor skills, looking for something, reaching, pointing, targeting your reach, right? And so even if they're not coloring, they could potentially, maybe you have them touch and erase, or this is a dry erase eraser on the end. Color, instead of color, we're erasing it. And that's kind of cool. Can be a really fun way. But of course, you can also, excuse me, I have a helper here myself, where they might, using their crayon preferably, aim and color right on top, right? Okay, so that's just another way to incorporate, no thank you, the aim and scribble. Okay, so please feel free to try at home and let me know how it goes. I would love to hear. Thanks so much.